What up, peeps? Man, I don't be making videos too much anymore. I'm gonna try to maybe get back into making the videos and stuff. Cause yeah, I have. Thank you, Mom. I have a clip-on Bluetooth mic now, so this really helps fix some problems that I have with, like, especially going out to IRLs and stuff. But why am I even making this video right now? Man, I'm on here to help to remind us Christians, because I was able to be reminded of at church today. We are not better than people.
Nope.
Me being a Christian doesn't mean that I'm more holy than this person. I'm better than this person. This person is not as good as me, and this person deserves hell more than me. I deserve hell less than this person. No. Me being a Christian does not mean I think or know or affirm any of this stuff, because it's not true. Me being a Christian is me acknowledging the fact that I'm wretched, I'm pitiful, I'm awful, I'm a wretched sinner that deserves hell, just like everybody else. I'm a genuinely cooked individual. I need mercy. I'm not a good person, never have been. No one's a good person. No one is. And I'm not. I need a savior. And thankfully, somebody is that savior. God himself, Jesus Christ. It's like if God were to ask, like, why should I let you into heaven? I would say, like, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't let me into heaven. You shouldn't let any of us into heaven. But the reason we will be able to be let into heaven is because Jesus took the punishment that I deserve. So I no longer have to go to the place of punishment anymore, but I can go to heaven solely on the basis because Christ died for me. Now, because of my good works, it could never be based on our works, because our works are never good enough. But only God himself could save us, because we can't save ourselves. And I think Philippians 2 drives this home so much. I'll just read out a bit of it. Therefore, if you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from his love, if any common sharing in the Spirit, if any tenderness and compassion, then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being united in one spirit, intent on one purpose. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but rather to the interests of the others. Now, don't take this to an extreme, because obviously you got to take care of yourself. But the point Paul is making is that more often than not, we're always prioritizing ourselves. It's like, when have we prioritized the other person? So he's not telling us to take this to an extreme. We should always take this with a grain of salt. Apply it with a healthy balance. To apply it with a healthy balance. To not be so selfish is what he's talking about. Don't be so selfish. Don't be so righteous. There's a really good parable that Jesus gives in Luke 18 about a Pharisee and a tax collector. It's a really good parable. In Luke 18, 9-14, Jesus says, he also told this parable to some who trusted in themselves. Let me read that back. He also told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and looked down on everyone else. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee was standing and praying like this about himself: God, I thank you that I am not like other people, greedy, unrighteous, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give 1/10 of everything I get. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even raise his eyes to heaven, but kept striking his chest and saying, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Truly I tell you, this one, the tax collector, went down to his house justified rather than the other, the Pharisee. Because everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Sorry for the flashing lights. I'm loading up Fortnite right now. I'm about to jump on a live stream and evangelize on Fortnite. I've been doing this for a while. Y'all should check that out. Go to the Twitch. It's Tickle McGee. So that's TICKELMCGEE with 2 E's. And yeah, I do that. But this parable is so good because the reason that Jesus gives this parable and tells it is why we know in verse 9. He told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous. So he's telling this parable to those who were trusting in themselves that they were righteous, that they could merit their way to heaven because they're so righteous. They're good people. And they look down on everyone else. No. We're all sinners. We all deserve hell. But by the grace of God, He has shown us mercy. God has given us God has been able to forgive us and show us mercy at the expense of His justice. If you're in a court of law, you're brought before the judge and you're found guilty, and you said, Judge, I'm so sorry. Just please forgive me. I know I did all these bad things, but look at all these good things that I've done. Please just let me go. That judge would be a bad judge, an unjust, corrupt judge, if they were to be like, all right, you're free to go. And sadly, sometimes we see this in the court system. But God is not unjust. God is just. And He gives to us salvation. He gives to us forgiveness, mercy, without the expense of justice being served. And how much more loving does that make God look? How much more loving does that reveal to us about God? That's amazing. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, I'm amazed. It's crazy that anyone would actually watch this. I don't know. God can use anyone He wants, and always have the attitude of the unworthy servant, where it's like, it's not me, it's God. I'm unworthy, God is worthy. Like what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 3, the one who waters and the one who plants, they are not anything, but the one who gives the growth, God, is everything. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!